I now invite our guest of honor, Honorable Mr. D. Raja, the General Secretary of the Communist Party of India, to deliver an address.
Respected leaders of different political parties, civil society organizations, friends and comrades. I was present in the first conference of this forum for social justice. Now I am present in the second conference. So I commit myself as one among you. My party is one among you in the struggle for social justice. At the outset, I take this opportunity to congratulate and thank the DMK President, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, Thiru Stalin, for championing the cause of social justice in the given situation. Friends, comrades, social justice. What do we mean by social justice? Because justice is one, according to Dr. Ambedkar. It is social, political, and economic. So, how we can establish social justice? How we can establish political justice, economic justice? India is a country with tremendous diversities. Indian society is society based on three major evils. One evil is caste hierarchy. The other evil is class division, exploitation of the working people, their surplus value. The third evil is patriarchy, not giving adequate due place for our women and keeping women as underprivileged, or they cannot have equal rights with men, patriarchy. So these are the three major challenges: caste, class, patriarchy. How we are going to fight these evils? Unless we come together and fight against these evils, I do not think we can take the country forward. 2047, people may declare they would make India as a developed country. I would like to challenge them. 2047, of course, we will also be there. Would you guarantee the people of India that India would be free from caste hierarchy, free from class exploitation, free from patriarchy? How to fight? This is what Dr. Ambedkar warned when he moved the constitution, when he made that historic speech. Dr. Ambedkar said, India will be entering into a new life of contradictions. In politics, we will have equality. What does it mean? One person, one vote. But in social life, cultural life, we will not have any equality. One person, one value. When we are going to accomplish that? When we are going to accomplish? One person, one value. Till that time, justice will be a big question. Again, Dr. Ambedkar, in the very preamble of the Constitution, made it clear, justice, social, political, and economic. You cannot separate social justice, political justice, economic justice. They are close. They form trinity. Dr. Ambedkar spoke about equality, liberty, and fraternity. They constitute a trinity. The same way, social justice, economic justice, political justice, they operate as a trinity. So how we can fight for political justice? How we can fight for economic justice? How we can move towards social justice? That is the challenge before us. That is the challenge before us. And in India, the society is one where we cannot live keeping our heads high as proud citizens of India. And we keep talking about many things. We make many claims about Indian civilization. What is that Indian civilization? I keep asking every time, what is that Indian civilization? You cannot treat the citizens as equal. You don't treat the citizens as equal. And what is the meaning of civilization? What is there to claim big pride in our ancient civilization, modern civilization? This is what we should ask ourselves. We should ask ourselves how we can build a new India where we will have a new civilization, where we will ensure the empowerment, economic, political, social empowerment of all sections of our people. This is what we should think over now. And here again I go to Dr. Ambedkar. He was a great thinker and philosopher. Great thinker and philosopher. Karl Marx said, all philosophers have interpreted the world in various ways. However, the point is to change it. Here in India, in Indian context, Dr. Ambedkar really showed the way how to change the society, how to move forward. That is where he architected the Constitution in such a way. The Constitution, the first thing is, Ambedkar made it clear, India can never become a theocratic nation, should never become a theocratic nation. Indian state should not become a theocratic state. If at all Indian state becomes a theocratic state, that will be the biggest calamity for the nation. This is what Dr. Ambedkar said. Now, irrespective of religions, everyone has to think over, can we have a theocratic government, theocratic state? We will have to ask ourselves. Then Dr. Ambedkar said, the Indian state must be a welfare state. That is where Dr. Ambedkar made it clear, all means of production must be in the hands of government, which is answerable to the people, And wealth should not be concentrated in the hands of a few people. And every citizen should have right to live with dignity. right to live with dignity. This is what our constitution speaks. So Indian state should be a secular state, number one. Indian state should be a welfare state, number two. Number three, Indian state should be a federal one. Ambedkar called initially United States of India. When he moved the constitution, he said India, Union of States. This is what Ambedkar said. Now, as Indian citizens, as activists, what are we doing? What are we doing? Whether we preserve Indian state as a secular state, let us ask ourselves. Let us preserve Indian state as a welfare state. Then how come the corporate houses emerged and they are looting the nation, the people, as they like? And India feels proud. They are showing one or two corporate owners. They are the richest people in the world. Let them show the whole nation how people of India are living. Education, employment, healthcare, housing, food, these are all the basic issues of livelihood of the people. They are not privileges for some section. They must be rights of the people. People should have the right to education, right to healthcare, right to employment, right to food, right to live with dignity. Why people cannot have such rights? That is what we should think over now. We should ask, and everyone is talking about reservation. Yes, it was a different time. Reservation was brought as a policy, an affirmative action to uplift the exploited, deprived sections of our society. SC, ST were given. Later on, OBC was given reservation. Even I used to break my head. Why the term OBC is used? Other backward classes. Other backward classes. Then later on, I myself got convinced. SC, ST, they are already backward. But there are others who are also backward. Other backward classes or communities. And reservation was brought as an affirmative policy. Affirmative policy. And reservation, all of us know, it is in the government institutions, jobs, educational institutions. But now, everything is privatized. Everything is privatized. Your education is privatized. Healthcare is privatized. And what is happening to reservation? Even judiciary. Dr. Ambedkar himself has said, and the Chief Justice or Supreme Court judges or other judges, they do not come from heaven. They are also from our society, from among us. And how to conduct judiciary. That's where even former President K.R. Narayan, even former Judge Mr. Sadashivam, everyone said that Indian judiciary should have a social representation. It must be socially representative, Indian judiciary. What can we say now? On reservation, nobody talks about reservation in private sector. Ask Mr. Modi. He keeps talking about he will ensure that India becomes third largest economy if he comes back to power for third term. And he says he guarantees, Mr. Modi guarantees third largest economy. How we can make India as third largest economy? What about the SC, ST, OBC? How long we can call them as SC, ST, OBC? When we can start treating them as human beings, citizens of this country? They are not subjects of one government X or Y. They are citizens of this country and they are children of this country. We are children of this country. And why we should be discriminated? Why we should be looked at as Dalits, Adivasis or OBCs? What is this philosophy? What is this civilization? This is what we should ask. So it is a long-drawn battle, long-drawn battle. We can go on talking about economic reform, political reform, but they have no meaning unless you kill the monster. That monster is caste. Again, I am not saying this. Dr. Ambedkar gave this warning. Wherever you go, that monster crosses your way. That monster is caste. Unless you kill that monster, no point in talking about political reform, economic reform. This is what Dr. Ambedkar said. This is what the society in which we are all living. This is the society in which we are all living. I am asking you an honest question. Do we ask our people to feel as normal human beings? The Constitution preamble begins, we the people, but in life, we become different. We become Hindus or Muslims or Christians, or we become Brahmins, Dalits, this, that, and here we talk about unity of the people. How we can achieve? Yes, there is a need ideologically, philosophically. We must fight for change of mindset, And we should see that the exploited classes, I use the word exploited classes, they can be Dalits, they can be Adivasis, they can be OBCs. They must be brought together. We must build unity among Dalits, Adivasis, and OBCs. There, even I can go to the extent, the exploited sections of other communities and castes, they also brought. This is where we as communists, we say the exploited people should be united. Socially exploited, economically exploited, politically marginalized, exploited. These exploited sections should be brought. And I use Marx, who said, let the world tremble at a communist revolution. Workers of the world, unite. You have nothing to lose except chains. Now in India, workers of India, the exploited people of India should unite. You have nothing to lose except chains. What are the chains? One chain is caste system. The other chain is class exploitation. The third chain is patriarchy. So unless we break these chains and liberate our people, social justice will remain a far-reaching goal. It will remain as a goal. And when we can achieve that goal, when we can move to the target, unless we break these chains. And social forum like this must intensify the ideological political campaign. And we must change the society in which we live. We must change. We must throw out governments if they do not act according to the constitutional values, the constitutional objectives. We should throw out. Now why we are coming together, why we are saying save India? Where is the danger coming to the country, save India? From whom we want to change India, save India? After saving India, where we are going to take India? How to change India? This is what we all should put our heads together. We all should put our heads together and we should fight together. and we must save India, and we must change India. We must take our people forward, and our people, wherever they are in Jammu and Kashmir, they are in Manipur, they are everywhere, our people, they are all our people, and our people should live as equal citizens, all are equal, all should have the right to live with dignity. How we can ensure? That is the only way we can move forward to establish social justice. Once again, I take this opportunity to thank Mr. Wilson and the Social Forum for organizing such event every year, and now we should move to action also. We should think over how we can reach out to the people and mobilize the people, involve the people in the struggle for social justice. We'll think over on such issues also in the coming days. I thank everyone, and I wish our struggle continues, and it should continue. Thank you very much.